we do a disservice to it because they're going to quit making all these freaking games if we don't shut up.
Yep.
But
that's because we're so demanding and we're so entitled and we're so spoiled.
But there's also the inverse effect.
If Skyrim came out now, they'd bitch about it.
We did. We 100% did when it came out because it was broken.
No,
it was
not like
terrible.
we would. Not like we would today.
But here's the
Not
thing.
like we would today.
But here's the thing: if you don't complain about it, you will get broken games.
Well, yes.
I don't
So
know.
if you just shut up and Cyberpunk came out and everybody said, "This is the greatest game we've ever seen," it doesn't run well, but it's still a great game. They've been like, "All right."
Well,
and they would just
hold on.
it.
Let's
they turn around and they eventually fixed it because
Man's Sky.
people lost their mind on it.
No Man's Sky is another example.
Here's the thing. When did you enjoy games the most?
Back when they were on cartridges.
Yes.
And I didn't have to update them
back
all
when
the
the creator made the game they wanted to make, and you played it whether you liked it or not. And now that we get this voice and this complaint system, we don't like anything they make. That's our own doing.
But my problem is, yes, if you don't like a choice they made in the game, absolutely, that's something that's up to the creator.
Mass Effect 3, we're talking to you.
But drop it, exactly.
But Bioware was like, the game's done. There's nothing we can do.
Exactly. I don't have a problem with that.
And I was fine with it. It wasn't my game.
Them releasing broken games or releasing games that they've hyped up and said all this stuff is in, and then they're like, well, it'll be in the DLC. We'll drip feed it to you. That's my issue.
But I think I look at Starfield like I did No Man's Sky, which was not a good game when it was released.
No Man's Sky was terrible.
Okay, but it got better.
A year later, it was great.
And Bethesda had shown a little history of
it. Took longer than a year.
We played it at a year.
But No Man's Sky is a good game now.
Was it a year?
Yeah.
No Man's Sky is a really good game now.
Mm-hmm.
And Starfield will get there eventually. Bethesda's got too much into it. Let it die. It's not going to be Anthem. Please don't let it be Anthem.
And there's a perfect example. Anthem.
Outriders.
Man, that Anthem, Outriders.
Got better.
They got pumped up like they were going to be the greatest thing ever. And then 20 hours in the game, you're like,
ain't nothing to do.
Well, this sucks.
Well, but that's because
what do you mean
Bioware doing it. Bioware was doing it.
But
Bioware couldn't miss. Dragon
anything,
Age. Dragon Age is one of the best games that's out.
But like, if we wouldn't have said anything, like, oh, well, this game sucks. Like, you've got to voice. You've got to voice it.
But if Anthem comes out 15, 20 years ago, it's a great game.
Yeah, because
we're spoiled, man.
The expectations have gone up. The budgets have gone up.
And you hadn't paid $60.
How much budgets they have for these things now? The budget for Mario Brothers was probably like $50,000. The budget for Starfield's billions or millions or whatever.
Well, and that's not the only thing. It's that the game industry got really big the last 15 years. Really big, where these games have boards now and backers and
they have to.
and financiers, and they control when the game comes out,
right?
What kind of revenue it needs to make.
Well, and that's why Cyberpunk failed as miserably as it did because they pushed it out before it was ready.
That's why I don't bash on games because I'm just kind of like, I don't want them to get to the point where they quit making them.
Yeah.
And there's such a community that just nags and nags and nags. It's like
they never like anything.
Starfield, okay, it's not perfect, but like I said, I think it's just the beginning.
But that's the thing.
I mean, if you got 10 years into a game, you're not just going to put one out.
You need to have honest reviews about it, though.
You do.
Like you said, okay, it's a 7 out of 10. Okay, that's fine. But the problem is you either see 10 out of 10 or 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go into the game and give an honest opinion. So where now they can fix the problems. You know what I'm saying?
I just enjoy it. What happened was that people got into it and they wanted to play a linear story and they wanted to get through it. And that's not the way I think the game is meant to be played. It's
I'm about to say, I've never seen a Bethesda game like that.
But it's exploration. And, it's just stuff I showed him the other night that he didn't know that made the game a whole lot more fun. Because you could travel without going to cutscenes and you could do all that stuff, but they don't tell you how to do that. Mm-hmm. I just think it's a work in progress, which it shouldn't.
Look.
It shouldn't
IGN gave it a 7. IGN's woke, though.
It shouldn't be, but at the same time, I see the vision of what they're trying to do. To them, it's a 15-year game.
And that's fine if they released it like that. So Baldur's Gate was out on PC. Baldur's Gate 3 was out on PC like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
In a beta form. Here, you can pay the full price for this game, but we're going to let you know right now, it's not finished.
Right.
But they took the people's opinions of what they said and made the game better off of it. So why can't people I know Bethesda's big budget and they got to have these AAA releases and all this stuff.
Right.
They could have done the same thing. They could have said, listen, here's Starfield. It's not done. It's got issues. But play it. Give us your feedback. We want to know.
But do you really want a game that's been shaped and molded by a bunch of libs?
No, I want a game that's shaped and molded by the gamers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the people that play this game,
A lot of
we
liberal
know the
gamers
best.
right now.
You know?
A lot
Or
of
you could
liberal
just be
gamers
like
right now.
Bungie and just not give a flying flip. What's your
That's true.
people
Just
think?
hey, we're gonna
Because
take
we
this,
know you'll buy it anyway.
we're gonna take this planet away from you, and then in 6 months we're gonna sell it back to you.
And you can buy the deal. You can buy the expansion, and then you have to buy an extra dungeon key to get into the dungeon that's in the expansion. And JR just like,
I have never bought a dungeon
Take
key.
my money.
take my money,
I
please.
did talk to Garth about it the other night. They
I'm a
jumped in.
Destiny whore. Here,
They jumped into the new dungeon the moment it came out. They were all excited about it. They had their dungeon keys. The Garth and the other guys over there.
They bought them.
Yeah, they're full on to Destiny still.
Garth, come on, bud.
Garth.
He's not happy.
You're better.
He's
than
not
that.
watching.
He's not happy with the community or the developers at this point, but he probably bought that dungeon key a year ago.
Well, I mean, it's just like people hated on Diablo 4.
Right.
I play Diablo 4. I personally like it, but I get where they're coming from when you have no customization in the game, basically.
Mhm.
So all of your cosmetics in the game, they suck. I don't care if you're level 100 with the best gear, your cosmetics suck.
Yeah.
The only way to buy better cosmetics
Are you serious?
is $20+ an outfit.
I'm glad I didn't play Diablo 4.
$20+ an outfit. So people are
Pay to
raging
win.
on the game, and they should, because that's ridiculous.
Destiny is the same way. I mean, outfits
Now,
cost
it's not a
how much,
pay to
$5,
win.
$6.
It's not a pay to win.
You're not
which
getting
I'll give them
outfits. You're
credit
just getting
for, but
shaders and transmog stuff. Like you can make
Right.
the armor. Yeah.
They had
Ornaments.
a $60 horse. A $60 horse skin.
Elder Scrolls went that way too, though. Online was like that.
As long as it's skins, I don't care. I
Yeah,
don't
but
care.
I still do to a degree, because it's like, okay, we're going to make all the stuff in the game look like crap, and we're going to make these skins look really awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, you're level 100, you look like crap, but this level 2 over here, the
yeah, and if it's
$60
free,
looks way
if
cooler
it's-
than you.
It's
Like,
free to play. If it's like Warframe,
I don't mind that.
I don't mind that.
Yes.
If it's free to play,
Mm-hmm.
and Warframe is free to play all the way through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they do sell stuff.
But
That's
you
how
could
they
buy
make money.
entire chassis or whatever they call them in
Yeah,
there.
and that's fine. Destiny says they're free to play. If you want to play like one planet
Yeah, if you, like the first 20
and get
minutes.
one gun, that's it.
This person somehow knows that Garth is Irish. Says the Irish getting suckered by the gaming companies.
They must be. Like, they're all in it.
They're about to elect
all-
Conor McGregor as the prime minister or whatever, for president, which would be fantastic, by the way.
Here's the thing I have to constantly tell myself about video games, because I play games you guys don't like. Like I
Yes.
spend
Yeah.
hours. I spend dozens of hours a week.
Forza's the same game every time. Go ahead.
Well, it's not.
It is. You can't do Laguna
agree.
Seca different. It's the
Okay.
same
I
track.
mean-
All right, I can't. I'll have to defend that in an entirely different video. But as somebody that casually plays the game with a controller, maybe. But taking advantage of feedback and physics, it's not the same game.
All right.
I did not care for Forza 7, but that was my personal opinion.
7. That's
Or whichever one just came out. I
okay.
don't know. I
Okay.
lost track.
Here, back to it.
He's like, no.
But
No.
we can talk about Forza at a different time, because it's a pretty popular topic on YouTube right now. A lot of people don't like it. But I have to constantly tell myself this, because I play games with you and I play games you guys don't like. I spend dozens of hours a week racing in circles. You guys don't get it, right? I have
get
to
it, I just
always
don't do it.
I have to always remind
I don't
myself
get it.
that my enjoyment of a game can't be based on somebody else's enjoyment of the game.
Right.
Yes.
So when Mike says he hates Starfield
why I
and don't
don't-
want to play it, you're having a great time. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the problem
I always
is
do the opposite
when
of
we
what he
let
says.
community shape what we think about something.
Oh, I agree.
And some of that happens with you sometimes, because you will look at reviews or you say so and so says this about it.
Oh, that's true.
And I'm not calling
No,
you out,
I
but
will.
the community does it.
Yeah.
And I do it too. And it's a shame. I have to tell myself, if
But-
I enjoy this game, I enjoy this
But
game.
most of the time, I agree with the community,
Right. And that's fine.
because I agree once again.
But has there ever been a case where the community convinced you not to play a game and you missed out on it?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the
That's
community
right.
the community convinced us to not play No Man's Sky at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was broken, but they made the conviction.
They did. They didn't convince me, but I really didn't like their pushback against Andromeda.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
okay,
Right.
just
I
for 1
enjoyed
second,
Andromeda.
think about when we were playing Anthem, having a blast playing Anthem.
It was fun.
Did we hate it because, seriously,
No.
did we hate it because it was a bad game, or did we hate it because everybody else hated it?
No. We hated Anthem because there was nothing to do
was
after
no-
the
The
first
end game
20
was bad.
hours.
Yeah,
There was
once
nothing
we
to do.
got done, it was done.
Except Mike got in there in the spam weekend
got in
and
the
got
spam
better
week-
stuff than us.
Yeah, that made me
I
mad.
was like the highest level in the game you could possibly be, just by random accident.
And the same thing happened. You said Outriders got better, but the same thing happened with Outriders. We played it for
No end
2
game.
2 or 3 weeks. And there was
Oh,
nothing
see,
to do.
Outriders.
But
was-
we're all about the end game now,
Yeah.
instead of just saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, that was a good game."
Because when we invest money and time into something, we don't want it to end in 20 hours. We want to play it for months.
Well, especially if it's multiplayer. If it's multiplayer
Or cooperative,
you want you want something to do at the end to keep grinding. You want that grind at the end. The
Why is
game,
Wildlands so much better than Breakpoint?
the
then?
game you love to play. What's
I like Breakpoint.
No.
Division 2.
Division 2?
Yeah.
There was a grind in that.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
But that's what made it worth going back and playing, because
Yes,
it's like
it
there's
did.
always something there I can get. Even though you're doing the same thing over and over and over.
That's
Right.
why people play Destiny. They've
There's-
been falling for it for a
There's a
decade.
grind there.
But the difference with it, like Division 2, is like it was like Paragon, like with Diablo 3.
Yeah. Yep.
Every time you leveled up, you got a
So
little
you
bit better.
got something for it.
You
Wasn't
got
much,
something for it, not
but
much,
you got something for it.
but you got a little bit better, and so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't going for a so, and then you could play higher levels of stuff
Mm-hmm.
and get better gear.
And that's one thing that irked me about Destiny so much is now they, every 3 months or 4 months, they reset your level.
Yes.
Like you
What's
earn.
the purpose?
So
Like you get up to a,
Yeah.
it's power rating now. It's not light rating, and then that gets you into the higher level nightfalls and stuff like that. And then 3 months later, they're like, "Now start over."
well, so Diablo does seasons.
Yeah,
Right.
So
that's what Destiny does.
So I'm playing the season right now. Okay, you get to a level 100 in the season. Now, when the season's over, you can keep your level, but it goes to the eternal realm. So you go to the normal base version of the game. When the new season content comes out, you have to start a new character.
Mm.
I'm going to be done. I'm not going to play another. I'm not going to re-level
Holy
a
cow.
character just to play the season content.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I don't
Right.
have that much time to sit around and grind a Diablo character for 200 hours just to get him up to level 100 for a season
Yeah.
for it to be wiped. So I have to do it again. That's where my complaint is. It's like, let me play my character through all the seasons,
Yes.
and don't make it competitive.
Division
or
2
whatever.
lets you do that. You could just play. You could play.
You
your
never got
character.
reset in Division 2.
They
No,
never
I,
reset.
yeah, you always got to keep your stuff, and I
There-
think that's what
There would be a
made
new
it-
DLC come out. You go to a new part and go
Yeah.
back to New York City or something like that.
But
it
that's
would
the
never
way
be.
it should be.
That's
Like,
the way it should be.
gosh, that was great.
The cool thing about, and if you're playing Starfield and you're not in a new game plus, my advice to you is to blow through the story, get your levels, and then do new game plus with Starborn, because you keep everything, and you keep. That's cool. Problem is, you lose your ship, you lose your money, you lose your materials, but you keep your skill points, and so when you go into the new game plus,
You're buff.
now you're OP,
Yeah.
and you can go.
But you
up.
got to replay the story again, and you've lost all the gear. I don't know. I don't ever play New Game Plus in any
Oh.
game.
I play Elden Ring, new game plus 3.
New game plus one
Right.
time. That's all I'm going to do. New game plus one time, and Starborn is worth. Starborn is worth it.
Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you get new dialogue options and things like the whole interaction of everybody with you is different now, and even some missions that you had to do the first playthrough you don't even do now, or you'll just cut to and say, "I know how this ends," and then we don't do it, and so it's so much better. Because at first part, when you first get, you're trying to grind up your ship and you're trying to grind up your armor and all that stuff, and you get into the second playthrough, you're like, I'm already there. I can fly all the Class C ships, and so I like it. I think it's a 7.
I
think
will
it's
say
gonna
this:
get
you
better.
leveled up my ship good the other night because the Warlock was running his mouth last night. And he lasted about 4 seconds.
Yes. The Obliterator projectors. Yes.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. All right, that's it.
So
I'm
what
done. I
I
gotta go home and eat. I'm starving.
What I learned is go back and play Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean,
For everybody listening.
I've played Skyrim three nights this week. I've had a good time in there. Distracted
You know
the
what I
entire
went back
time.
and started playing?
What?
Dragon's Dogma.
Great
'Cause
game.
the second one's getting ready to
Never
come out
played it.
next year.
Great game.
Never
The
played
second
it.
Pawns are the best companions. Period.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
fantastic. They heal. They do a great job.
Dragon's Dogma was a
Dragon's-
great game.
And it was Capcom. And Capcom's not really that known for that style of game, but man, it was a good game.
They nailed that one. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, I went back and I'm playing it on PC, so I've got the high def pack and all that. It's still doesn't
Right.
look great, but man, it's such a good game.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the new Dragon Age.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out next year. It's going to be good, I think.
Dragon Age won't be here for 3 years. So.
No, we won't see Dragon Age.
Mass Effect's probably another 5 years off.
Minimum at this point.
Is Bioware even still doing? Are they still doing games?
But they're working on Dragon Age.
That's it.
Yeah.
They do like 2 titles. That's all they have.
No.
They got some
They had that
license
Mass
to
Effect
some.
trailer. The one where Liara was walking through
Right.
the
Yeah, but that's the
that's-
game that's 5 years off.
It'll eventually get here.
They got some official rights to some brand movie cartoon or something to make. Maybe,
If they
they're
bring
doing a
if
Star
they
Wars
bring
game.
back Shepard, I'll
They got a
run
Star
through the
Wars
neighborhood
game.
That's
naked.
right. They're doing a Star Wars game,
I would.
but no one will care about because Star Wars is dead now.
They did Knights of the Old Republic and did a good job with that.
Knights of the Old Republic's a great game.
I think it's a great game.
But I mean, Star Wars now is dead, as far as I'm concerned.
I think
Disney.
so too. I have no desire to
Nope.
play any Star Wars game that ever comes
Nope.
out.
Oh, games, yeah.
No.
Well, Jedi
As long as Disney owns it.
Jedi Knight or whatever is out now, Last Jedi, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
People are liking it.
Yeah.
It's a good game from what I understand, but I
And
I
two of them.
can't get into it. Republic Commando was the last good Star Wars game.
Oh,
Great game.
Oh, it's so
Why
good.
does somebody remaster that game?